How's it going, guys? It's Eric Sharkey, aka Dance with the Stars Superfan, back with another video. And yes, it was Dance Off Week on Dancing with the Stars. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button and leave a like on this video and leave a comment down below. And also turn on the post notification bell to keep you up to date on my next Dance with the Stars content video. So let's get started. Due to being on top of the previous week's leaderboard and holding the highest average of the season so far, James and Emma earned immunity, which meant they didn't have to compete in the dance-off, but they were not announced automatically safe, but they still needed the votes and they were safe. Now, let's get into the dances. First up is Shawn and Jenna, who took over for Lindsay because one of her relatives passed away, so my thoughts and prayers go out to Lindsay. The music they danced to was Come Sail Away by Styx. Len said, what we're all thinking, we keep throwing him out of the boat and the viewers keep throwing him in a life preserver. He said the mermaid had better feet than Shawn did, but he respects the effort. Bruno mentioned he doesn't have many jazz bones in his body. Dory in Finding Nemo has better sense of direction. Kailyn said he looks like he's doing the same dance over and over, but seeing Shawn dance with someone else showed a different side of him. Well, that was a little bounce back from last week, but he made a little bit of mistakes, but he did okay with the dance so far. And Jenna did a really nice job filling in for Lindsay. So the judges' scores are Kailyn a 7, Len a 7, Bruno a 6, which gives them a score 20 out of 30. Next up is Lauren and Gleb dancing the jive to Hound Dog by Elvis Presley. Bruno thought it had a great 50s feel and she had good pumping leg action, but she went wrong 3 times. Kailyn was thrilled when Lauren started the routine, but then something went wrong. She still thinks Lauren has a lot going for her. Len noticed a few mistakes as well, but he thinks she deserves to stay in the competition, so he hopes the night doesn't end in Heartbreak Hotel. I did notice some mistakes during the dance myself. She was flat-footed, she missed a couple of steps, and her timing wasn't on it. But it was an okay dance, but it wasn't bad. And the judges' scores are, they were all 8s, giving them a score 24 out of 30. Next up is Kailyn and Whitney dancing to the salsa to This Is How We Do It by Montell Jordan. During the rehearsal package, Kailyn got to show Whitney the set of All That, where he is the executive producer of the series. As some of you guys know, or you guys may know, that All That is back on Nickelodeon doing its 11th season, and I've watched it and I really liked it, by the way, because I grew up watching All That myself, and it's a really awesome show. Kailyn loved the back and forth between his solo grooving and their partner work. Len says, you're on a roll, full of rhythm, plenty of junk in the trunk with good hip action. He was large and in charge. Bruno calls him the main attraction and a star turn. He was leading the whole dance from the beginning to the end. This is my favorite dance of the night because I felt like he was loose and he was open, he had great hip action, he was focused, and he was leading like the judges mentioned, so that was amazing. So the judges' scores are Kailyn a 9, Len a 9, Bruno a 10, which gives him a score 28 out of 30. When I first saw that 10, I was like, whoa! Which meant Kailyn and Whitney got the first 10s of that season. Next up is Ellie and Sasha dancing to the Pasha to her own song, Higher. Len thought it was a mix of good technique and high performance. Bruno thought she was conducting the orchestra with beauty, power, and artistry. Kailyn says she has proven to her that she is a freaking superstar. You commanded all of our attention. Her mind is blown. That dance that they did was so powerful and it was perfect for this type of dance, and plus this is as well one of my favorite dances of that night. And the judge scores are, they were all 10s, which means they got the first perfect score of that season. Next up is Hannah and Alan dancing the Quickstep to American Girl by Ellie King. Bruno said Hannah's performance was a game changer. She really used the floor to give her lift and spring. She was in orbit. Kailyn's critique starts by getting up out of her seat to hug Hannah. She thought Hannah was open-hearted and that was the comeback of the season, and this is what she was talking about. Len thought Hannah had a nice frame with clarity of movement, but there was a little gapping in between them when they were in the hold, but otherwise it was a fabulous performance. Now that was an amazing bounce back compared to last week, because last week Kailyn was a little harsh to Hannah because she wanted to see more of Hannah and she understood Hannah and it worked. Now the judges' scores are Kailyn a 10, Len a 9, Bruno a 10, which gives them a near perfect score, which was 29 out of 30. Next up is Kate and Pasha dancing to the jive to Heat Wave, who is dedicating this dance to her sister Nancy. Kailyn felt the celebration in the dance, but there were times when Kate's arm was small out of the hold. Len thought they were a joy to watch, even though it was not their best, but it's certainly not their worst. Bruno felt it was clever and tailor-made for her ability, but she went out of sync a couple times. I thought the dance wasn't good at all. She lost timing and she went back. She went on the wrong foot a couple times. There were a couple of missteps and it was out of place at times. So the judges' scores are, they were all 8s, giving them a score 24 out of 30. Last up is James and Emma dancing to the contemporary to Don't Stop Believing by Journey. Len thought it was like a good book that holds your interest from start to finish, and he thinks he's going to find a really happy ending. Bruno thought it was totally compelling and the lifts were absolutely exquisite with the fluidity of water. Kailyn has never seen a lift executed so well on the show. It was pure artistry in motion. I thought they really put together a spectacular dance. It was also my favorite dance too. And James has been really consistent, just like the other frontrunners this season. I know I said it to all 4 of the dancers when they got 10s because they really stepped it up because it's getting close to the end. And the judges' scores are, it was a perfect score as well. Now, on to the dance-off round. The first matchup is Kailyn and Whitney versus Ellie and Sasha, dancing to jive to Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. It was a great matchup, but I felt like Kel had a little more footwork than Ellie did. Kailyn chooses Kel, Len chooses Ellie, Bruno chooses Kel, which meant Kel and Whitney got an extra 2 judges' points. The next matchup is Shawn and Jenna versus Kate and Pasha, dancing the cha-cha to Gonna Make You Sweat, which is a song also known as Everybody Dance Now by C+C Music Factory. I felt like they put their best foot forward because each of them had all 5s when they did the cha-cha, but Kate had more footwork and perfect moves than Shawn. All 3 judges chooses Kate, which means Kate and Pasha got an extra 2 points as well. The last matchup is Hannah and Alan versus Lauren and Gleb, dancing to the salsa to Rhythm Is Gonna Get You. It was a close match and I can't really pick who was better. All 3 judges choose Hannah, which means Hannah and Alan got an extra 2 points. When all the judges choose Hannah, it got me thinking she was a little better than Lauren. Now let's talk about their total scores of that night. James and Emma at the top with 32 points, Hannah and Alan with 31 points, Kailyn, Whitney, and Ellie and Sasha tied at 3rd with 30 points, Kate and Pasha with 26 points, Lauren and Gleb with 24 points, and Shawn and Lindsay with 20 points. Now let's talk about who was in the bottom 2, which are Ellie and Sasha again, and Kate and Pasha again. The first couple announced safe were Shawn and Jenna, and I'm like, what? And my mouth dropped to the floor, which meant to me, it's never going to end anytime soon. All 3 judges vote to save Ellie and Sasha, which meant Kate and Pasha were eliminated. I felt like Kate did a terrific job despite struggling in week 1, and improving week by week, it really paid off for them. Honestly, I never expected Kate to be this good. I thought she was going to be gone either by the 3rd, 4th, or 5th week, but she proved all the odds wrong, and Pasha did an amazing job in his first season as a pro, and if he is a pro next year, I can't wait to see more of him. Again, it was another shocking elimination, but it wasn't as bad as it was, but at least all the frontrunners are safe. And that'll do it for this video, so stay tuned for next week. It's Boy Band vs. Girl Group Night, which will feature Joey Fatone and Emma Button, so stay tuned for that. And once again, that'll do it for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Eric Sharkey, aka Dances Are Superfan. Catch you next time.